Welcome, everyone, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And tonight, we're going to talk about Japan and how they've got it right again. And we've always got it wrong. So in Japan, if you want a PS5 Pro 30th anniversary, I guess, or the non-Pro 30th anniversary edition console in Japan, you have to meet a PSN account requirement, which means that you have to have at least 30 hours of PS4 or PS5 runtime on the account between February 2014 and September 19th. So you couldn't have just picked one up, created an account, and got your 30 hours in, because 30 hours in is nothing, right? If you actually are a gamer, you've probably got that in and had that in before you can buy or pre-order, the PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition console in Japan. I don't do that anywhere else, and I don't know why. That's how they are combating scalpers. And to me, it makes sense, right? Because if you have a bot network trying to buy them up quicker than anybody else can, you probably got a bunch of just newly registered PSN accounts without any playtime on them, right? Because who's going to waste time and put 30 hours on a PSN account just to put it in their botnet? And this was on the September 26th date when all the, that was a requirement on September 26th. That's why they were like September 19th was the cutoff date. So you couldn't just do it and register all these accounts. And as we all know, the PS5 30th Anniversary Edition console sold out in seconds, not minutes, not hours, seconds. So I think that was a great idea. And some scalpers probably did get a hold of that, right? Especially because are they also doing I didn't see if they were enforcing one per account, but I'm pretty sure they are doing something like that. Because I don't think you could do more than one, even on our accounts when you were purchasing them. So, and that's the limited edition bundles, the $1,000 bundles that were going around out there. It's $999.99, but that's $1,000. I hate the whole 99-cent garbage we do. It reminds me of the old 9/10 of a cent gas prices that we do in this country. Stupidest thing ever. It's $1,000. Just call it what it is, So in this article, according to Automaton, Japanese users are thankful to see at least some measures in place, but still many think that more could have been done. While employing a similar PS4 or PS5 runtime requirement in the West wouldn't have made it possible for scalpers to take advantage of the scarcity, it would have certainly made it harder. I think it would have made it harder, right? And just the things that we had just mentioned. So, and the people that wanted to get a PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition that wanted one could have gotten one, right? That is what it's all about. The people who really want it to enjoy it, add to their collection, play it, not try to turn a quick buck, not try to buy $1,000 console and turn around and sell it for $5,000, or I saw $30,000 markup on eBay on one of them. That's what it needs to be in their hands, not the hands of some dirty scalper that thinks that they're some business major savvy person when all they are is just a low down dirtbag. You're not a businessman. You're just you just take advantage of a situation, and we call that a low life where I'm from. If you're taking advantage of a situation to do that, so I think that that's a great step forward, and I wish they would have done that here. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know if there's some rules or something when selling in foreign countries, or they were just worried that they would be infringing on some rule or law that they don't know about. But they should have done something like that here. It would have really made a difference in who got a PS5, and you wouldn't have these botnets buying up tens of them or tens or hundreds of them. I don't know how many they would get away with because there was a very limited number. But if you are on a botnet and you got away with 10 of them and you spent $1,000 and you turn around and somebody is willing to buy them from you, that's my problem too. If you're willing to buy them for $5,000 from that scalper, they bought $10,000 worth of PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Editions, and now they're going to turn around and make a $50,000 easy, or more. Then don't help them, people. Don't feed the scalpers. Don't feed the scammers. Just let them choke on that till they got to sell it for what the hell they bought it for, or at a loss. But they're so limited run that and that's the problem with limited run stuff, is that you're going to have people who prey upon those situations, and and there's too many people out there with more money than brains to spend, and which will help feed them, and they'll keep doing it. Right? It's run rampant in the shoe market forever. It's really bad in the tennis shoe market. If you've been in that market, that there's ripoffs and there's scalpers out there who just go in and buy up every limited edition shoe that they can get and then turn around and sell on the internet for an ungodly thing. And in video games, it's just as bad. And anything that has limited quantities, they do that stuff when it's a guaranteed, right? You see some of that stuff in like trading card games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, when there's booster boxes and stuff, limited booster boxes, they'll buy up all of them and put them on eBay, which we just need tougher laws and stuff, because you shouldn't be able to take something and buy it at MSRP and turn around and mark it up an exorbitant amount of money. I'm pretty sure we have some rules or laws on the books about scalping concert tickets. Why doesn't it apply to everything else, right? Like, I think you can't mark up a concert ticket more than 10% of face value or something like that. It's even printed all over them. It's been a while since I've been doing concerts, so. Why can't we do that outside of that? Where you could be prosecuted for that. Go after these people, and that $10,000 you spent on those PS5 is going to cost you $500,000 in lawsuits. I'd like to see that happen, and I'd laugh at you all the way to you going broke. I'd laugh at you because you deserve it. But Shane, what do you think? What do you think about the scalpers and Japan's, Sony Japan's answer to try to slow that down some and get more consoles in the hand of those who want to actually use them, play them, and have them, not resell them?
Well, first, to address Sony, thanks for doing shit for everybody else. I mean, didn't even try, so you can go to hell for that. Two, it's not worth the price, even at MSRP. But to address the scalpers, I think scalpers should be locked into a small cage with an angry brown bear on Viagra. I think scalpers are the lowest. I mean, the scalpers are right there on the same playing field as politicians. I don't like them, don't trust them, don't want them, don't need them. It's ridiculous, that the if you want to buy one to sell it, I don't see a problem with it. I really don't. If you buy up 10 and 20 and 30 and 100 just to sell them and screw everybody over, the people that want them for use, not profit, that's a load of crap. It really is. Some people, when the PS5 original release, as well as the Series X and S, primarily the X, scalpers hit that shit so hard, especially the PS5. And I heard so many people, it's the way of the world. It's commerce. It's, all these excuses. Yes. Is it legal? Yeah. Does it mean you're a piece of shit? Yes. It means you're a piece of shit. That's what it means. It doesn't matter the legalities of it. It doesn't matter if you think you're in the moral right. It's still wrong to do to people.
Criminals justify their actions with legalities all the time.
Exactly. That's why I put scalpers with politicians. When we tried to get a PS5, I think you were first, and then it was Nick, and then it was myself. It was so hard. I mean, I hit website after website. I followed people on Twitter and Twitch and freaking Facebook Marketplace. I followed everything and everybody trying to get mine. And finally, I ended up catching one on a bundle sale at GameStop. I think it was, Best Buy. But either or, I could have got one a lot sooner if it wasn't for scalpers, because I will not pay some scummy dirt bag, genital wart ridden, human herpy, all that extra money to play a video game. I just won't do it. And I love video games. I mean, love them. But to get back off my rant here, to get back to what Sony's done, this is a good deterrent. Is it far enough? I don't think so. But is it a good deterrent? Yes. Yes, it is. Because that's gonna make some people second guess. The people with a little less disposable cash think harder about doing this. Now, the people that already had the disposable cash, they don't have to worry about it. They're still going to find ways to get those accounts and everything. hopefully they're not set up. If I remember right, the article was PS4, PS5. You had to have 30 hours in. So hopefully it's not an online PSN account that you have to target. You could get on PC, because that you could mimic, I imagine, a lot easier than you could on PS4, PS5.
Well, it specifically meant 30 hours on the PS4 or PS5.
Okay.
So
good. Yeah. And that's what I thought. But, that's a good thing. It's a good start. But why they didn't do it in other regions is beyond me. I mean, it really is, because you're not. Now, I would say it's probably got to do something with laws. They were concerned about, scalpers suing them because they couldn't screw people over. I tried to fuck 1,000 people over by buying these consoles, and you wouldn't let me do it. I think it's
my God-given right, and you didn't let me do it.
Exactly. And that's the excuses these, window lickers use. We need to have laws set up to protect, just like you said with music tickets. I don't care if you buy one to sell. I mean, more power to you if that's what you want, but you should not be allowed to buy 10. You should not be allowed to buy 20 or more. When PS5 released, God, how many photos did you see with these assholes with them stockpiled in their apartment places? They sold their grandma's kitchen supplies just to, do all this. It's like, you are the most worthless human beings. People that prey on other people are the worst, absolute worst. So
right.
Now, granted, it's your God-given right. Be a bitch, be a little bastard. I don't care. Yes, I do, because you're hurting me. You're hurting my friends. You're hurting other gamers. If you think God gave you the right to screw people over, that's I don't think that's God you're talking to, buddy. So, but as far as Japan goes, great job. Good start. I think you could go further. I really do. But it's something that we didn't get. I think that's why I'm angry, is because we didn't get no attempts at protection. Granted, I was not buying because it's too much.
Me neither. Too much, yeah.
Are they awesome controllers and consoles? And yes. Does the PS5 Pro sound good? Yeah, it sounds really good for the price. And no, but as a gamer, I would probably have picked one up eventually. If prices ever came down or maybe used. But no, it's not going to happen, because all the scalpers have bought them up, and then these idiots just, I'm not trying to be offensive, but you got to be goddamn stupid to pay $3,500 for a $700 console.
Or $5,000 or 30 grand or 50 grand.
And I saw a few in there. There was one I saw at 50 grand, but it was a weird thing. It's like an auctioning thing. It's like, you're nuts. You've got to be out of your damn mind. So I'm ranting and raving here because it just pisses me off that, they put in some sort of protections for Japan, and they should have, but they didn't do anything for America or our region. Now, I don't know if it has been up for sale in like Europe and all that yet, but did they get any protections? And if they haven't gotten it yet, I know Europe has, I think Europe has more consumer protections than America does. I think, they try to protect their public a little bit more than American government does, if they haven't released it yet, I want to know if they're going to put in protections to try to limit these scalpers. And my other question would be, and I tried to look it up just real quick, and I didn't really find the information I was looking for. Is scalping really bad in Japan like it is here?
Well, obviously, because that's why they did it. Yes. And that's from what I understand is, scalping is pretty bad everywhere.
Okay. See, I was trying to find like some numbers or stats on that. And I knew, I know we're bad. I know we have a lot of subhuman people. And I know Europe did as well back in the PS5 release. So,
yeah, it looks like they have like some ticket scalping laws in Japan like we do, but nothing. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that I could find that was anything like, from what I understand, though, Japan's ticket scalping is like jail time and stuff. You can go to jail and stuff.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Angry Viagra bear or jail time. I'm good with either one.
You get the gulag with the bear or jail. You take your pick. Yeah. I mean,
you go like to the gulag, you get the brown log.
Like the PS5, we all were wanting them, and we never could get them. And what ended up happening is I ran into Matt Schweider's Twitter page, and he was always posting, and he was always really reliable about posting when consoles were on sale. So, I just followed him and turned my notifications on, and I got an alert at like 2:00 one morning, woke me up from a dead sleep. And he's like, "They're going on sale in 2 minutes." And I'm running downstairs, to my computer in the basement, and I got one. And so then I sent it to these guys to go follow Matt Schweider, and he'd post announcements. You turn on your alerts. And that's the only way I got one, because I am not paying Scalper for any damn thing. I don't care what it is, it's just, it's preying upon people for your own benefit, and it's just greed is what it is at that point. You gotta get your own at the expense of others is what it is. And that, you can argue your point all you want, but that's really what it boils down to. You're trying to get your own at the expense of others. So, yep. I wish they would have done something over here. I wish we had some protection laws in this country so that, that if somebody found out you were scalping, or you got, somebody, you would get convicted, you would face fines and jail time. I'm all for that. Public flogging. We need to bring that back.
I am all about public just mutilation. Personally, I mean,
we'll bring the stocks back out and put you in the public square, and people can go by and throw fruit and vegetables at you.
That's right. We could put on an Angry Brown Bear show.
Yeah, So, I don't know. I'm going to get angry the more we talk about this. You got anything else, or Even though I didn't want a PS5 Pro. It's not worth the money to me, and I really wasn't affording $1,000 bundle. So
no, I don't think it was worth it either, and I wasn't planning on buying one. But there are a lot of people that were planning on it. There are a lot of people that are okay with spending, that $700,000, $800,000.
Their money to do what they want with.
But nope, you had these lecherous, chodes come in here and, try to bundle up, buy up all the stocks and then, bundle it with their rectal program.
Right. Yeah.
Bastards.
All right. Well, let us know what you think down in the comments. Our stance on scalpers. How do you feel about them? Did you want a PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition console and you just couldn't get one? Or did you get one? If you got one, cool. And you wanted it. If you bought 10 of them to scalp, then you probably don't want to comment on our stuff. So, so let us know what you think down in the comments. And, you've reached the end of this episode. Listen to another rant by us. And if you're not subscribed, how come? Who are you? Hit that subscribe button so, you can help us out. Help us out so we can keep bitching about games like we always do. And we hope you enjoyed this episode and hope to catch you in the next one.
See ya.